Speaking of which, drone clock generator. In principle, this is the same concept as the previous circuit. In actuality, though, it's somewhat more complicated. Out 1, out 2, and out 3 receive delayed clock signals of the same frequency. Okay. Clock set to 3. How am I gonna do this? I need 3 of them, I think. Well, look, output 1 is trivial. For output 2, I need to delay this by 1 step. This is much less trivial. Well, let's just start setting up a similar thing to what I had last time. I may just ditch this entirely later, but it feels good. It feels good to have some progress, even if it's kind of placebo fake progress. Gate that, gate that. Right, so what I have done is I have replicated what I had from the previous level to delay by 1 step. So now we have that. Now I've got to figure out how I delay by 2 steps. What is the most efficient way to do that? I could just replicate the entire setup again. I don't fully know why I've hooked up a knot here. That ain't gonna do anything helpful. Unless, of course, I can do something like... Here's an idea. If I grab an ore, and I'm gonna need a split here. Have a different colour again. Sure, that'll do. Split that. That hooks in there. This can just go. That hooks in there. Yep, there's that. Now if I grab this and this, and then invert the output of that, I think that should be all I need, and indeed it is. Don't have to replicate my entire setup again. I can just output a signal at any time the previous 2 signals aren't happening, and it works fine. And it works fine. Good work. I think that's all we can do for the harvester drones for now. Motor frequency regulator. The outsiders are getting nearer to your farm. Should I be worried? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. If you can repair one of the scouting drones, you can send it out to observe them. Our drones can't travel so far out, so you'll need to fix the motor frequency regulator so it can remain stable in flight. Construct a looping buffer. When source 2 outputs 100 volts, record the next 4 signals from source 1 and output them to out 1 in a repeating loop. And we had one a little bit like this before. Well, it's not marking anything as being optional. Well... okay, and source 1 can be negative. You ought to be on a full 4 delay, I think. There's no hold module. Sample and hold. We do not have that. Can I take it? Yeah, the 100 only lasts for 1 tick. So how do I even get it to delay for 4? There's no timer. There's no sample and hold. Do I need a chain of signal delays? Not sure how to even begin here, really. Well... I can do something incredibly inefficient. Source 2, plug it in. Well, I only want 3 of them. Then I do a sum. And hook everything into one output again. And with any luck, this persists for 4 ticks. 100, 100, 100, 100, and then it stops. Cool. Now what? Pull everything along a little bit further. Because I want another split for you now. So there's that. So that does my initial burst just fine. Now I need it to loop. Might be something like delay, delay, delay. Me in another split. And another one here. Let's just plonk some down near the end. I think I'm going to need it at some point. Then also take this and feed it in here in a little chain. Not sure if I want 3 or 4. I think I need 4. One of these, one of those. Get brown again, hook that into a knot, hook that into there, get another splitter. That goes in there. Output goes there. That goes over here. And then I need this thing to loop. So, move that there, bring this back around. Let's see what this does. Well, it does something. Drop a breakpoint somewhere. There. Okay, 25 is going out, and it's also being logged here. 25. 0, sure. Minus 25. Minus 50. What am I doing? Slide these all back down to 1. $25. 0. Minus 25. Minus 50. And this now needs to output 25. There it goes. And the 25 comes back around to here again. 0, minus 25, minus 50. 25 is about to come out again. Cool, that all works. And this should now stop, because we just want that. Close, but it needs to not record loop back. It needs to not loop back. Can I just move the splitter here? Hook it up in this end instead. Does that solve the problem? It does. Amazing. That required a lot of delays. But no problem. Cool. Cool. Okay, good. The drone is approaching the outsiders. Let's see. From the footage, they appear to be led by a woman. They don't appear to have any weapons with them, so I don't think they mean you harm. That's a relief. Yes, there are some self-defense systems on your farm, albeit in need of repair. You shouldn't need them for now, though. Good. I like not being harmed. Farm gate. How hard can that be? It's a gate. Hey, if the outsiders are getting close, it might be a good idea to get the front gate fixed. So they can get in. What do you mean, why is that? Not a very good first impression if they arrive and the gate doesn't open. Source 1 is a rising and falling envelope, with occasional malfunctions causing voltage spikes. I see. When source 1 falls to 0 volts, output 100 volts to add 1 closing the gate. When source 1 rises to 100 volts, output 100 volts to add 2 opening the gate. Voltage spikes should be ignored. So, what have we got to work with? Lots of everythings. We've got signal delays, we've got sample and holds, biases, attenuators, VCAs, clocks. We've got everything. We've got everything. Okay. We do our classic immediate split. Actually, the malfunctions are all where source 1 equals 0 on the previous time step. So it should be fairly simple to filter those out. Just gotta think for a moment how I want to do this. Negative 99. If the output negative 99 is still positive, that means we have a 100 on our hands. If we have a 100, then we want to output it to out 2, unless the previous signal is 0. So invert. Actually, I don't even need the invert. Just give me another AND. Like that, right? Oh, it scrolls. I think this is the first one we've had ever that scrolls. Still, all the 100s are immediately after. Well, no, they're not, because we have a weird blip here. That's going to be potentially annoying. We've got 2 100s in a row. Ah. This ain't gonna work then. Well... I can detect a 0 easily enough. Zero, and the previous one is not a 0, then output. Ah. No, the blips are annoying here too. Plus, we get a false output right at the start, which needs to be dealt with. I also need to do a check for is 100. If that... and... 100 check, split. Delay by 1. So this is previous output not 100? Wait, is the previous output 100? If previous output is not 100, yeah. The previous output is not 100. And the output is 0. Then out 1. Poor. Minus a little starting blip that still needs to be dealt with. That completes out 1. Out 2 now. If current signal's at 100, If the current signal is 100, let's get a different colour wire. Let's use cyan. Let's check if I'm at 100. I need to check that the previous output was not 100 and was not 0. Of that. And I don't need that. That and that. That looks good. And previous output was not 0. Like this. Yup. Alright, just gotta figure out how to block this very first blip. What if I... signal delay the input by 1. Check if it exists. And if it does not exist, block the output. Something like that. Well, that didn't work. Is this going to interrupt anywhere else first? I just removed the knot. I just removed the knot. Et voila! It functions. That seemed a little inefficient. I needed several more modules just to cancel out something that only happens on the very first tick. I'm sure there's a more sensible way to do it than that. Total cable length matters? Oh boy. We could just shuffle everything closer together. And it will impact my score. Amazing. This is probably better then? If I even care about score, which I really, really don't. Yeah, that's a score improvement. Though, it did also take longer, for some reason. Strange. In retrospect, this should have been the first thing we fixed. Why didn't we fix it then? Drugs. Because it used modules I was unfamiliar with at the time. But yes, always good to have a working gate. More than just logic gate. Working logic gates and working gate gates. Sequential Switch. Look sharp, the outsiders, they're here. Hello, stranger, we mean you no harm. Who are you? My name is Sophia Cure. I'm the leader of this group. We heard your message on the radio. We've been wandering for many months now. If your message was sincere, then we'd like to join you and contribute in what way we can. Do not have much resources with us, but we have our own set of modules you might find useful for your repairing and engineer work. Much appreciated. And you have a new music track. And there's a moth or something flying around in front of me. Fantastic. Send signals from source 1 to out 1, out 2, and out 3. At each time step source 1 is paired with a specific out channel. Send source 1 to the paired channel. Update red shared panel at regular intervals. I see, so it's bouncing around out 2 first, and then after 3 ticks it changes to out 3, and then out 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I see. And we have not much to work with. We have a clock, and we have a switch. Well, you probably want to be on 3. Sequential switches send their input to one of 4 output channels. The output channel can be chosen in one of 2 ways. Either send a gate signal to the trig input, which will advance the current channel to the next one, or send 0 to 100 volts to CV, which will select the channel based on the voltage level. Okay. In intervals of 25, I assume, having not been told otherwise. And I can also change the number of actively used channels. 1, 2, 3, or 4. I need 3 in this case. You're going to want to be fed into trig then. Take our input, output. Let's just shovel everything over to the right. In fact, I can move you down there as well, make things lovely and compact. I assume... Yeah, it starts with 1, it moves down 4. So you need to be connected to out 2, you need to be connected to out 3, and you need to be connected to out 1. Or not. Huh. It starts with out 2. I guess, because I sent it in a 100 straight away from the clock. That could be annoying in future, but for now it's convenient. The Switch. It switches, and I got an achievement for Finish Act 2. That Switch does seem very powerful. So, Sophia's her name. What do you think? Let them help you out, but keep an eye on her and find out more about them if you can. Sure thing. Reversed Sequential Switch. Hope you found the Sequential Switch module helpful. Yes, it is, thanks. There is a sister module to it, the Reversed Sequential Switch, which performs as its name implies. Salvage from our previous farm. Flooding. The water's ruined everything. Sabotage. We suspect there was a dam up the river and it opened up all of a sudden. Send signals from source 1, 2, 3 to out 1. For each timestep, out 1 is paired with a specific source channel. Same description. Ah. No, it isn't. It's inverted. We got 3 sources and 1 output rather than 3 outputs in 1 source. Each timestep, out 1 is paired with a specific source channel. Out 1 should receive signals from the paired channel. The paired channel updates at a regular interval. Paired switches work like regular switches, but in reverse. Take 4 inputs and send 1 of them to the output. Have a bias as well. So feed in that. Source 1, 2, and 3. Whoop. We have 3 inputs, we have 1 output. Yeah, I didn't think this was gonna work. It switches too slowly. What do I do about this, though? Send between 1 and 2 4 volts to CV to switch channel between 1 and 4. Yeah, it will not just switch on its own. Didn't think it would. I just do this, don't I? I just do that. I just do this. Don't even need the clock. Just keep inputting 100. Hold on. Shuffle everything together again. Woohoo! Such points. What? How do you optimize this even slightly? Actually, does it make a glass of milk? Does it make any difference at all if I do... I should reduce the wire length slightly, right? Yeah, that is ever so slightly more optimal. At least cable length-wise. Who even cares? It appears you've learnt how these modules work quite easily. I hope they will be of use. Sure will. While you were working, we've begun tending to the crops in the fields. Take a look. There are people here now. Hope this is to your satisfaction. It very much is. Thank you. Signal repeater. Repeater. I've noticed that the farm's wireless network is unable to handle the additional load from my crew. If the network were improved, my crew could work together more efficiently. How did you come to meet these people? A long time ago, before the collapse, I was a school teacher. They were my students. Parents were lost in the chaotic aftermath, I can only presume. We fled our city shortly after and have lived out here in the years together. I cared for them, watched them grow. I look after them now as I did then. I do what I can, as do we all. Right. The plot plots. Source 1 and Source 2 output a sequence of 4 voltage values before outputting nothing. So I see. Output a looping sequence of out 1 consisting of the sequence from Source 1 followed by the sequence from Source 2. And our everythings are back. Well, most of everythings. So... We're gonna need a lot of signal delays again. Clock on 4. Hooked up to a switch. 2 inputs. Output. Just want to see where this starts from. it as 2 first, because the clock triggers straight away. That's fine. Just something to keep in mind for in a second. Split source 1. Split source 2. Then I'm going to want a sum. And a full set of delays. Another sum. Make our traditional little loop. As I have done before. Little loop. It goes in there. We bypass the whole thing for our first 4. And feed that in there. Very musical, and very good. Now I just need to repeat this pattern. So, and with any luck, it works. Hurrah. Much appreciated. We can work more effectively now. Good to hear.